represent my Africa like I'm P-Square. I put in so much work that when I notice I've wept tears. Ironic like the devil to the niggas like beast fair. Tell me to kiss a lot cause I know there ain't no cheat code. My dream girl became a
Music artist Abdallah says he has entered into a new chapter of his life, and obviously that song that we just watched is part of the old chapter of his life. The chapter that he says comes with new sound and focus. Now Abdallah will be releasing his fourth album titled Salvation. Even though the album is titled Salvation, it is not confined to a certain audience, as it is supposed to be relatable to all. There is something for everyone, he says. Now Abdallah now joins me in studio to talk to us about his upcoming album and more. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here.
How are you? I should ask you that question too.
I'm well, thank you so much for asking. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah.
I hope you've been well rested as I have been, and just really in the new space like I am.
I'm very envious of you because I'm not well rested. I've not taken leave yet.
Yeah.
But I will get the rest.
Please ask me. Please ask me for that.
All right. For those who are not familiar with you, and also considering that the intro speaks a lot about you transitioning from, the old you, and also the music that we listened to. You mentioned when we were off air that it's the old music.
Yeah, I really wish they released the song Blessings today, which I released about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
First of all, to everyone that is just new to me, Abdallah is born 1997, a cultural pusher, activist. He's a newly established artist who, I think been doing music since 2018.
Okay.
Since he was 19, and he's just really trying to push and grow, and inspired by the likes of Emily Sunday, Adele, and Eminem. He's really trying to become a household name in the music industry worldwide. Having worked with the likes of Michael Pulse, four-time nominee for R&B, multi-award-winning KP Illist, as the song that he just played. Really a multi-genre and all-rounded artist, So I'm really excited for people to listen to the new work I've put out now, because I decided to take a break for almost 8 months because I felt uninspired, having done so much, and I just felt like I needed a new meaning and so forth,
Did you find the new meaning?
Yes, actually. Funny how I got it, because last year a very important person to me, she's actually a nutritional therapist. Her name is Svetlana. You can find her Instagram handle on plant-based_Svetlana. She one day she was like, why don't you do a gospel song? And I was like, why not? And at the same time, she was helping me find God. At the same time, also, I was in a bad space. So she got like I mentioned earlier, she's a nutritional therapist, and she got my mental space properly and put me on a program. My diet changed a little bit too. And after that, she was then, why don't you try a gospel album too? And while at it, why don't you finally focus on an African sound? And that's where I'm at right now. And a great humble shout out to my producer. For the first time I'm working with a single producer. His name is Don. And Don stands for Do It All With Nothing. And so right now I would love for people to listen to Blessings today out on YouTube. It's a different sound, different quality, different aspect of my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When you say that this important person in your life helped you transition your music, not just your music but your life as well, perhaps your perspective on life rather, and into a more African and more gospel tune, or create this gospel song that is titled Blessings today.
It's the sorry to cut you off, it's actually the lead single for the album. So
Does that mean you've now transitioned from hip hop to gospel music?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually been asked this question a lot. Yes, I have found gospel within me. but I've always been a diverse artist, and you should never box yourself, you know. But right now, of course, I really mainly want to focus on this genre and just grow into it. I've never felt more freely, more melodical, more lyrical as well, you know. Less rap, more singing, and so forth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Now, this album titled Salvation, let's talk more about it. When you say you've also transitioned to, gospel music more now,
Yeah.
for me to bluntly ask, but please forgive me for asking this question
Go ahead.
so bluntly though, does that mean you're also born again now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've actually been, I went through deliverance, which having learned what being born again actually is. It's not just being baptized, but also going through that spiritual deliverance and everything. So yes, yeah. And
all right. Now, getting into the album and the title Salvation. So let's break it down. What does the album really speak to?
It speaks to. It comes from myself, but I've realized a lot of people, especially little kids, look up to me. So I had to focus. I had to be very careful with what I say. It speaks to everyone, and for the first time, playing clubs as well.
I wanted to get into that because I heard you say, or I found out that you said that you want your music to play in clubs.
Yes.
All right. So now let's talk about the type of genre that you are preaching your gospel through.
Yeah.
And how applicable will it be in clubs?
First of all, I'll try to keep that short. There's Book of Luke, chapter 5, verse 32. It says, "I've not come to call the righteous, but to the sinners to repentance." In other words, why preach to people who already know God? You know, when you should be aiming to those who don't know God. Not to say that everybody's in the club doesn't know God, but that's the main aim for it, you know, and it comes from a place of healing, trying to break down the stereotype of what gospel should sound like. I want, if you listen to the music, including Blessings Today, you know, this is the type of music you can dance to. You can very much feel energized and live and just a positive vibration. And yeah, the goal is to actually just bring up healing.
Yeah, my producers informed me that we will be playing Blessings Today after the interview, so I guess the viewers will also be able to then understand what it is that you mean when you speak of this new version or this new type of music that you are now into.
The transition.
The transition.
Yeah.
Getting back into the album, when do you plan to release it and where will it be accessible?
I want to keep the release date a mystery for now.
Okay.
I will be putting out more singles, I guess, to build the anticipation of the album, the hype around it, as people get to slowly know the new me. And I didn't want to just drop the album as soon as that, but it will be accessible. Like the way I do my music is I make sure that it's accessible everywhere, from YouTube to online music stores, you know, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, and so forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just try to do it for the people. Without the people, you're nothing. So
true.
Yeah.
Now, considering that you are keeping the date a mystery, for those who would like to keep up to date and find out when this album will be eventually released, how can they do that? What are those platforms that they can contact you on?
My Instagram handle, Abdallah Music _ my handle, Abdallah Music _ NA, or Abdul Kakonda. Facebook as well, that's Abdallah NGA. I might also put it on, going back to my nutritional therapist. She's an aspiring YouTuber as well, so she will be putting out content on nutritional therapist, and I might have a talk with her on that as well. So as she might be in future featuring people on, having one-on-ones with them and just on their journey. So yeah, I might just put it there too.
All right. Now, as we wrap up our interview, because I'm sure the viewers are eager to listen to that song,
Yeah.
what is your message to Namibians, considering that we've just entered a new year?
Listen to my music.
Mm-hmm.
Get your mental health right.
Yeah.
Focus on you. Get your diet right as well, because that plays. Um, it's a domino effect. You know, it hits on your lifestyle and health. So yeah, and just do what you have to do.
And if you were to advise somebody, considering that the high suicide rates among men are quite high. I mean, suicide rates among men are quite high. Even yesterday we saw a report from Cape Swap of a man who was trying to jump off a bridge, but successfully, I guess we should say, he was saved by the police.
Yeah.
So when you say get your mental health right, how should one then start? Where do they start to get it right?
Being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Funny how you brought that up, because I remember about 2-3 years ago I was in a suicidal space as well. So be honest with yourself. Know that you're not alone, and whatever you're dealing with, it's possible to overcome. But suicide is not the way to go, because you also affect others around you. It's somehow, I guess, being selfish as well, but of course you never really know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
You know, but that is not the easy way out. You know, you might thank yourself later for being strong after a year or something, but get yourself right by being honest with yourself. See what you can control, what you cannot control, but do not be afraid to seek help. Yeah.
Well, no, thank you so much for coming and for sharing your life's experience. We are happy to have you here with us, and I'm also really glad that you've overcome those mental challenges.
It's nice seeing you, because I think it's my 3rd time here.
Yeah.
And every time I come here, it's always a different presenter. I remember my first time was Nina, and Denver, now you. So thank you.
Yeah, we share the same energy, right?
Yes. You have an amazing energy. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Well, that was Abdallah talking to us about his musical career and transition. And now we are going to see that transition. And here is his song titled Blessings Today.
Blessing today. I need blessings today. I be no money is this. I be feeling weak, Lord. I need blessings today. I'm trying to find my voice, trying to deep in all this noise. I need blessings today. There's a lot that's going on. We all gotta be strong, Lord. I need blessings today. I'm trying to cancel out my wrongs, a little bit of right now. I can feel the spirit is dry. Lord, I think we're down in thirst. I wonder who's next at that time. But to study his word is first. It's all a new word to me. My heart is trying to learn how to pray. Some of it just learn when it's time. So I'ma invest in your grace. Question: do you feel the spirit is dry? Do you think you're dying of thirst? Jesus is the well of life. He's the way, the truth, and life. Is it in the world to you? Who else needs to learn how to pray? Prayer is the bridge to God. That's all, sing a song of praise. I need blessings today. I be no money is this. I be feeling weak, Lord. I need blessings today. I'm trying to find my voice, going deep in all this noise. I need blessings today. There's a lot that's going on. We all gotta be strong. I need blessings today. I'm trying to cancel out my wrongs, a little bit of right. I need blessings today. I be no money is this. I be feeling weak, Lord. I need blessings today. I'm trying to find my voice.